so you can see what I'm doing. So I am making some chili in my quick cooker, and I have two different options. So in our book, you can make homemade chili and you can have it done in 30 minutes time. All right, so that's a great, you come home from work, oh my goodness, what are we gonna make? You can take some frozen burger out of your freezer, put it in here, and you can get your chili on your table in 30 minutes. Today I am going to use it as a slow cooker, so I have a clear glass lid, and you can use this when you're doing proof. You can do it for slow cooking and for searing. Because I know, like when I make the pot roast and I sear both sides of the meat, it splatters. So I can set this on here and I can stop the grease from splattering, clean this, and I'm not having to clean all of this, just this. Works smarter, you know what I mean? All right, so first of all, I've got a few onions in here that are already chopped up. I'm gonna chop up another one. To start it off, I wanna sear my onions, and I'm going to use I've got some frozen diced peppers. These are from my son's garden, so we're still using those up. Thank goodness for the garden. Gave us a lot of great food. All right, so I've got this on sear, and I'm gonna start it, and I'm gonna add in I've got some olive oil. Not gonna put in a lot, just a little bit, because I'm also gonna be adding in my ground beef. So I'm gonna let that warm up a little bit. In the meantime, I'm just gonna dice. I'm not even gonna really worry about, these can be pretty chunky, these onions, because they're gonna cook right down. This is gonna be cooking until we eat tonight. So it's something you can also throw in, first thing in the morning. It's good, cold day today. It started out being 60 and now it's 40. So yeah, chili is gonna be great for us today. So we're gonna have some onions, some peppers, and I've also got a can of diced tomatoes, black beans, and dark red kidney beans. And I usually do like a pound of meat, and I usually do 3 cans. I don't drain the diced tomatoes. I do drain the beans. I also am going to throw in some super veggie. This is just some vegetable. This is made out of mushrooms, pumpkin, parsnip, broccoli, and cauliflower. So you won't even really taste this, but this is really great. It's going to give us a great little boost of some extra veggies. I'm going to use our chili powder as the mix. So there's a recipe on the back that you can use, but I tend to just love the one that I always make. And that's what I mean with the pound of meat, a few veggies, and my 3 cans. It works out perfect. It's a perfect amount for my husband and I. So I can hear this starting to get warm. So I'm just going to throw in my onion. I'm going to throw in some of these peppers. Been using these fresh peppers in my pot roast, in my soups, in my stews, pretty much anything and everything, because I've got bags of them. I've got some of them that are sliced and some of them that are diced. So they work out really good. So we're going to get that going. I like to use these tongs. These are large chef tongs, and they have a magnetic sense in here where if you push this up, you can turn them upside down. It's going to stay closed. It's going to make them close. If you turn it this way and squeeze a little bit, it's going to make them open. So they're kind of very cool to use when you're trying to cook. It works out really well. And I just like them because I can, just gently move around stuff in here. And the silicone is not going to be bothered by any deep frying or anything like that. They've got a high temperature. I want to say might be 400, might be 500. I have to check on that. But so I've got this going while this is going to sear down. I'm also going to add in my meat. And I'm just going to put the rest of it in. Once the meat is cooked, I'm going to dump these in along with this and this. Once I drain these, and then that's going to be my chili. So it's going to be super easy. And you can use turkey. You can make it without meat. I know a lot of people that will do meatless chili. My husband would not know what to think if I didn't add meat into the chili. We also like to add in honey. That's probably our secret. We like the spicy with a little, the tang with a little bit of the sweet. So the honey really, really gives you that extra sweetness. And if it's not quite enough, and a lot of times I will use a little bit of brown sugar. So that works out good too, because you can use the brown sugar in there to sweeten it up a little bit. So I've just got my burger, and this burger I know does not have a high fat content. If it did, what I would do is I would cook it first in here on sear, take it out, drain it, and then you can do your veggies. You can do whatever, you know, your peppers and your onion or whatever that you wanted to saute in there. If you do have a high fat content meat that you're going to be using, you can do venison. Like I said, you can do meatless. But this quick cooker can do this you can do your chili in half an hour, or I can do my chili and cook it on slow cook all day, so it will be done by the time we're ready to eat tonight. And once it goes off slow cook, it will go to warm. So you'll have a great smelling house when you come home from work, that's for sure. So I just wanted to jump on really quick and just say hello, show you what I was making in my kitchen today. Getting my chili, you can see it's starting to really cook now. The ground beef is browning up. We're going to have a little bit of chili along with, I'll probably do maybe some rolls. I've got a couple of biscuits I could do. I'm not really sure what I'm going to have with it, but I do know I do need to make some chocolate chip cookies because my husband has been wanting them. So right now what I'm using is the mix and chop, which was, I couldn't think of what I wanted to use. But what this is going to do is, as the meat is cooking, I can put this in and turn it, and it's breaking apart the ground beef. So you know how it comes in like little sections. So you can break it apart really easily with the mix and chop. So don't know what you're having today, but let me know. What are you eating? What are you having for dinner? You know, we love chili and it's going to smell amazing. Do you have something special that you add to your chili? What makes it special? Honey, like we use, I will probably add at least a third or to a half a cup of honey, and then probably a couple of tablespoons of brown sugar as well, just to give it that nice sweet taste, because it's going to counteract. There's going to be some spice in this because you've of course got, you know, you've got your cumin, you've got black pepper, brown sugar, red pepper, red bell pepper, green bell pepper, garlic powder. So you know you're going to have a little bit of spices in here. Chili pepper for sure is what's going to give you the kick. So it's getting really good now. So what I'll do is, once it gets to the seared point that I want and the meat is as brown as I want, I am going to turn it to the slow cooker setting. I'll cancel the sear and put it on slow cooker, and then I'm going to add in the rest of my goodies, and I'm going to put the clear lid on the top, and it's got a hole in it, and that's to allow it to your steam to come out. Oops, sorry, can't really see it. That's allow your steam to come out. It's just like your crock pots. The lids don't sit tightly. They don't lock on. It's to create a little bit of steam release to let that come out a little bit. And this would be the perfect hole that you would be putting in your thermometer. If you had meat in there, a roast that you needed to check, or you were doing a chicken, slow cooking it in here, you could use that hole. All right, so this is getting really good. All right, so now we're going to cancel that. I'm going to open up a can of this. These are my diced tomatoes. Add add that in there. And of course it's still warm, so it's going to sizzle a little bit. Get these open. Get these draining. So, yeah, and this one you use a pound of beef or turkey. So that's about what I have. And this calls to add in black beans or kidney beans and 1.5 cups of water. So I've never added in water in my chili. So I think, and when I do, it just seems to be too like watery. We like it, I guess, tendency to be thicker. So the juice from the beans, whatever little bit is in here will work. Yeah. And you know that even though these are canned beans, you're still getting, you know, the goodness of having those beans. Beans are so wonderful for you. Yeah, with the mix and chop. All right, so we're gonna let that. I'm gonna add in the veggie. I forgot the super veggie. I'm gonna add this in too, but don't tell. Some of the things you gotta do on the side so nobody knows. Otherwise, you're gonna say, "What's that? Why does that taste funny?" Let's see. It's a very dull taste. No one would ever know. I don't know if I'm gonna put the whole thing in. I'm gonna maybe do like, there you go, like half of it, and then I'll save it. Just gonna fold it over, and I'll do half another time when we're having something else that I could. Oh, I'm gonna keep putting my hand on there. I better keep my mitt on. All right, so now I'm gonna mix this up. Just get it really good and mixed together. And you know, my onion and my pepper aren't really cooked, so those are gonna cook down really good when I have it on the slow cooking setting. Like I said, the house is gonna smell amazing. Let me get my honey and my brown sugar. Here's my honey. Oh, that's regular sugar. We need brown. All right, so in my brown sugar, I have brown sugar keepers, which are little terracotta discs that I wet, and they keep the brown sugar moist. So this is a big jar, and you can see that I have the terracotta. I'll take one out. It's got brown sugar on it. I don't really want to take it out, but they're just small, little round terracotta discs that you soak and then put in. So there's 1, 2. Like I said, if you're not big on sweet, you can totally, you know, you do it your way. Chili your way. And I probably better measure this. This is 1/4 a cup. So let's do 1/4. We'll see how it is. Because I did also put brown sugar in there, so. Can't let honey go to waste. All right, so in that goes. And this is probably gonna cook for 5 hours. And then we're gonna have some amazing honey. I mean, excuse me, honey on my mind because I just had it in my mouth. Amazing chili with a quick cooker, which is something, you know, I haven't really used my slow cooker, which is like my crock pot, since I got my quick cooker, because it can do the same thing. It's just so much easier to take it out. I have it right on the thing on the counter over there. So I'm going to mix this up, and then we are good to go. We're going to put this setting on the slow cooker. And you've got a really good amount of juice in there. I'll get you a little. We're going to put the cover on just like that. And I'm going to turn this to slow cook. Now it can set on 4 hours, which that should probably be good. I'm going to do time. I'm probably going to adjust it to 5 hours. And then time is set, and then I'm going to set it. All right, so now it is going to start cooking on slow, and it's going to cook for 5 hours. It's going to count down. So then our chili, I can open it up, stir it, leave it alone, whatever the case may be. So I hope everybody's having a great day, and thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it.